listen to me as I say.
Trying to get her on. That's a beautiful round to finish.
And there's only two happy to apply. And the trailing edge layout. Here's Baker. Blading one down the line. It's floaty and Wilson, I thought, made devilish low inside flick. And then continuation, the high release backhand.
And inside to O'Shea Fleming, 6 over the top. Proving he can go good on both sides, but Tybo can carry. Maybe a bit too ambitious, but pace to return on the Jets. Layout score, yes please.
And we are back. Thanks for being back with us. Game to go here, women's division, the last available slot remaining to go to EUCF in the women's division. Heidi's Frau facing off against Seagulls for it, an all-German battle. I'm Stefan Rapazzo here with Francis Dieterle, and we get the pleasure of bringing this one to you. Francis, what do we know about what we got in front of us now?
So Heidees have quite a few U24 players from the German team that got bronze this year at U24 Worlds. They're probably going to be leaning on them, Eva Müller notably, but also some other players, including Sofia Marrero. Seagulls, third time on the stream, currently at 1 loss and 1 win on the stream. They're hoping to punch the ticket in the all-German battle. And so far they've lacked a little bit of energy today. They have a shorter roster than Heidees. Heidees carrying 19 people, Seagulls 13 or 14 themselves. But they're going to see if they can clean up some of their play and try and spread the disc around like they have wanted to all weekend.
Let's see how this one pans out. Seagulls have now been on the stream twice today, trying to punch their way in and have faltered. See if lucky number 3 is the answer, or if it will be Heidees winning their way back up and taking the spot. Ava Müller, she likes to jack it, so she goes for the jacking right away. Sofia Marrero, the two you mentioned off the top, Francis, getting it done with a 2-throw offense.
Vindication is what that is called. I feel very comfortable with my short prediction right there. It's an excellent throw from Müller to Marrero. I think that is a connection that we can look for all game. But Müller, completely disregarding the zone around her, just decides to rip it straight through the defense, and Marrero catches it in stride.
Yeah, easy as pie that time around. So they get the holds, and Seagulls will send their O-line out there to see if they can do it just as easily.
Heidees, for their first time on the stream, we haven't seen too much from them, but we know that they come from their men's counterpart has also had a decent amount of success at the European stage, getting 4th at EUCF last year. And of course, they have their U24 stars that they're looking for.
Olivieri. Gets a gainer. Schluter. Now the high release from Narjes back to Schluter. Narjes. Ooh, a little bit too floaty, but hung on to there. Paszkowska. Narjes has to work a bit too much there and cannot get her hand to it. Break opportunity for Heidees. First throw just handled there. Feista leads another one. Into the hands, 24 shirt. Mula throws for goal there. And it's Hasubek who cashes it in.
Efficient offense from Heidees. I think that if Seagulls are not able to slow down that offense when they turn it over, they're going to be finding themselves very quickly in another hole, just like in that Love game.
So a hold and a break, and Seagulls are right back where they were at the start of the last game. Let's hope they don't let it mount as much as they did in that last game, for their sake anyhow.
Heidi's coming down from the bottom pool, dispatching Woof, and then Fabulous in order to get into this game to go. I think that their pool looked a little bit tricky with the two top finishers, Moon Cup and Tequila Boom Boom, on the other side in the final. So Pool B looks like it was the stronger of the two.
Yeah, indeed. And will be tough to not get a final crossover. The run through there by Gordillo. And now Heidi's Frau on the doorstep. That throw from Shack into goal for Kuhn. And Heidi's Frau coming out on fire. They've played their way up and have just been getting hotter and hotter, whereby the Seagulls have been playing their way down. And despite a stronger start to the tournament and a weaker pool, to be said, they're now getting losses at the end, and that can have a negative mental effect.
Yeah, Heidi's just look more energized. Maybe it has to do with the youth of their roster. Maybe it has to do with that underdog mentality, but currently they are looking very energized. They've got a lot of legs that they are working the disc through, and their defense is showing it. They are feisty.
So Heidi's set to pull. And sent the length of the pitch, picked up by Oliveri. Narjes and Oliveri. High stall count, gets one away, and gets it again. Oliveri. Unable to give the backhand, now does. This one hangs, Narjes is there and gets the sky over Forsch. And that is a big way to get on the board for Narjes and Seagulls.
Megatron patrolling the skies, coming down with a big score there. Narjes showing off her height, just using it perfectly right there. I think the Seagulls needed that one. A run always has to start with a hold.
Yep, hold first, then get the legs going. Get the defense back on the field. The D-line is always the team that is going to bring you back in the game, but you need your offense to click just enough to get them out there.
Seagulls have used the zone to decent effect this weekend. Let's see if they'll come out with this one, and hopefully they can slow it down enough so that Ava Mueller doesn't immediately huck it straight through them.
I would expect to see it. If Ava Mueller catches the pull, she's less likely to huck on the first throw. Wolf back to Mueller. Hammer. That one connects towards the sideline and then into the middle. Bankwitz. To Mueller over the top. Kuhn. Gordillo and Heidi's Frauen looking good. Gordillo collects, and that made to be nice and easy Bankwitz with the assist.
Efficient offense from Heidi's, a little flip over the top with the hammer, and that just opened up the defense. Seagulls never looked like they got everything set after that throw went off. I believe that was an offensive set with two handlers. Here we see the blade from Ava Mueller over to the sideline, and that just opens up the entire defense. Gordillo is able to find some space in front, and she gives and goes for the goal here. I believe that it was actually a two-handler offense from that zone. So 2 behind the disc and 5 upfield. Not maybe the configuration that we're used to seeing, but kind of a classic way of breaking the zone if you have creative handlers who are able to work it between each other and throw those over the top shots.
Here's the pull. That one into the hands of Brugner and then Olivetti. Continued on from Schluter to Oliveri. High stall count now, and jacks it because of it. Now, yes, on the chase. Now, no, she can't get there this time. And field position in their favor, but otherwise possession goes to Heidi Frauen.
Olivieri looking to open up the field a lot. She threw the previous one to Narjes, and that one is a little overcooked. Narjes definitely a large receiver. She's not able to corral that one though, despite her large stride length.
Brought into play. Forsch tries to finish that one to Stricker, but not going to get the right curve. And Seagulls will get another chance.
Heidees are definitely running and gunning right now. They do not want to take the foot off the gas. They're louder on the sidelines, and they're looking to pump with their legs the entire length of these points.
Oliveri into play. Raffenberg to Narjes. Wind up, delivery, Schluter on the chase. Well put just over the defensive Shepper and back to Oliveri. 5 meters out. There's the spin around. Look to Paszowska and back again to the middle. Paszowska goes wide and outside into the hands of Brugner. And they're back on the
Little give go with a slightly wobbly assist at the end for Paszowska.
That one, now Ava Mueller catching the first throw. She could huck this. Doesn't. And gets the first throw forward. That one into Schack. Back to Mueller. Mula to Shaq. Shaq to Merero. Merero finds Avamula. And then the big put, Shaq waiting under it. Great throw, but there's a pick.
Mueller trying to find her moments to unleash the beast and looking for exactly that throw. It was a beaut when it came off, but it looks like the pick will be affecting that. Shake not able to shake free without walking through multiple people in the stack. Ava Mueller comes back with the disc.
Gordillo. Floats one over top to Mona Shaq. She sees the corner open up, but it closes down just as quick as the slap away from Magdalena shoots. Up line cut comes from Seavault and can't get it there, but Lisa Schutz takes it high and confidently. Seavault did open up, but the deep throw couldn't come. And then Mona Shaq clears the track and gets down for the block.
Excellent block from Mona Shaq. But good team defense from Heidees to force that option.
Ava goes inside to Merero. She goes wide. Nice throw by Merero. And that one's into the hands of Isabel Wolf, and Heidi's continue to look strong. It's 5-2.
Wolf looking a little tired, looking like she said, that was a good throw. Glad we get to rest right now. But a good defensive effort from the Heidees O-line. We like to credit plays like Mona Shaq's because they're wonderful, but it's also important to credit the rest of the defensive unit who were able to close off everything else and make that one look like it was the only available one. I have to admit, Schutz's throw did look open at first, but Shaq just slams the door on it.
Yeah, great play by Shaq.
Marrero displaying a little bit of throwing prowess herself, throwing nice forehands, arcing to the open side.
And here comes Seagulls, Oliveri. Nalias. Underneath. Brugna. Ooh, and tried to cross over Shepa, and that was not a good idea. Shepa gives it that right hand and gets a D for Heidi's. Mula to pick up. And a miscue initially, but all sorts of help from the Heidi's teammates. And that one gets collected, and Malena Mula gets credited with that assist.
Muller's all over the place. And add that one to the list of Muller's on the stats board. Got Ava Leoni and Marlena all rocking assists now.
A whole lot of Mulas over there. I don't think there's any relation, though.
Good
I do think there's a timeout on the field.
Justified call from Seagulls, trying to freeze the momentum that Heidees have built up here. So get another look at the scoop.
For the score. Let's take a quick break here. We'll be right back with more.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, ULTI.TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and
fund
fund
our work to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the Ultimate world and beyond.
Back in action after the timeout. 6-2 for Heidees. Sticking it to their compatriots from up north. As Ava Muller sends that pull and the chase is on. As Seagulls now try and send them running the other way. Seavold, high stall count, and throws into Gordillo. And things are going from bad to worse for the Seagulls as Ava Muller calms everybody down before she picks up and slings towards Mona Shaq's second effort, but too far in front was that throw.
That defense was brought on by excellent pull coverage from Heidees. Mona Shaq was ferocious on defense there, just shutting down shoots.
Seavold. Wind up. Sent it deep and gets just over the defender, but unfortunately over the intended target as well. Volkenhauer couldn't squeeze the hand nor get it to it. Now Ava Muller. This one will stick. Couple in a row. Up that line go Heidees. Kuhn. To Gordillo. Back to Kuhn. Space in the corner. Picked up, kept off the ground. There's a discussion, but I thought that was a clean enough catch by Bankwitz. But Francis, they don't let me officiate this game. I don't get to choose whether it's up or down. Let's have another look. Maybe the people at home can let us know in the chats. Here is the look. Oh yeah, that is.
Looks up to me. I think that she has control. We can definitely get a look on our VIR screen, but I think that the sideline is saying that we get to call this one. So Steph, I think that you have just created the very first European Observers Program. Welcome aboard.
I think this has been going for a little while now since we've been VARing, but they can look if they want to. I think they made the right call there. And I never hope to influence it personally, but I do hope for them to have a look when the look is available, especially up, downs, and in-outs, more so than fouls and like re-seeing the potential body contact. That's less so, unless it's very evidently wrong. But up, downs, in-outs, they do sometimes need second looks. You can be so sure and then see it and be like, oh, whoa, that looks different from your angle.
Camera definitely has an influence on the way that we can perceive those moments. I agree. I think that up, down, and in, out, well, depending on the camera angle, are probably the easiest ones to VAR. But Heidees, looks like they sent out a couple of their stars. They sent out Ava Muller for that point, and that pays off. And Seagulls are staring down the barrel of a 7-2 lead.
That one lands, bounces, and slides in front of Brugner before she goes to Oliveri. Oliveri arcs one up to Narias, and she sends it. That one's floating. It will stay in bounds, most certainly. Schluter. Waiting for an option. High stall count goes back to Paszkowska. Cross field to Oliveri. Oliveri fakes the hammer. Now gives it, but gives it a little bit too low. And the low hammer causes the turnover. Heidees going the other way. Straker gets it up to Forsch. Straker again, now Mula. The lefty swings to center to Leonie Mula. And now to Hasselbeck. Marlene Mula. Quarterbacking the offense. Great gaining throw there, but the next one thrown to the defense, and Seagulls will go the other way. Now, yes. Slides hard to the ground. She gets up gingerly, but does have the disc and seems to be okay enough. Okay enough to throw a completed hammer to Oliveri. Now it's Schluter, who goes to Brugner. Now, yes. Inside. Hung on to there. Raffenberg. Brugner. Doorstep. Wide side. Is that going to work? Yes, it is. The chase down is on. And a goal for the Gulls. Makes it 3-7. Heidees will now receive with a chance to seal the half.
It's an interesting point from Seagulls. Definitely was hammer time on that point. We see Narya's going to ground right there. Looked like she could have come out injured, but seems to be okay. You see this crossfield flick to finish the point. Brugner with the vision to Mons. I'm interested, though, in the initial offensive shape of Seagulls. It looked like they were kind of pushing 3 players from a vert stack very deep and isolating 1 player in the front. Kind of like the old Feldrenner offense, what we call in North America the German, trying to isolate that space with a second wall of offensive attackers behind them, hoping to flow from behind. Olivieri decided to attack that with the hammer.
Ava Mula. Centering. Short meters to Oberlander. Now to Medero on the far sideline. Ooh, the gainer did go over Gordillo and gets into the hands of Bankfitz. Shot towards the goal, needs a bid, gets a bid. Kuhn picks it up, and Heidees score again. That's halftime. 8-3 for Heidees.
Kuhn diving into half. Heidees have a commanding lead, 8-3. Unless Seagulls find a solution, they're going to see that their European season is cut quite short.
Indeed. We're going to take a short halftime break here. We'll be back with second half action after this replay and another look at the score. That's what's going to happen. There it is again. Look at that layout. What a bid. What a way to take us into the break. We'll see you for the second half. Yes, he will.
The lovely dish.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with ULTI.TV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
There's the pull from Heidees. Second half has begun. 8-3, big lead for Heidees. Seagulls with the disc, and that one floaty to Nalles. Foul accepted. Still maybe not the greatest throw towards her, but they do get away with a completion on the accepted foul. Nalles throws high, maybe too high, yes. Hasselbeck gets there and breaks it up. Up line to Forsch. Forsch zips one. Shepa can't hang on, bounces through the hands. Raffenberg to Oliveri. Nalles. Big shot goes, chases on, Brugner there, but the defense there first. That's Gross Braukman to break up the play. Gross Braukman gets Shepa. Shepa winds up, there's a lot of outside. Is there enough in? Doesn't look like it. That will come back in only a few meters ahead of where she threw it from.
The old outside out. Kind of as baffling as Seagulls' first throw. I'm not even sure what happened earlier in the point. Going back to that initial turnover, but Olivieri coming back in with the disc, hoping to punch in a goal.
Oliveri to Nalles. And floats one in for the goal. Seagulls get one there. Chip away at the lead. But plenty of work to do if they're going to topple the deficit they face.
First I thought that Nalles had overthrown that she had floated it far too high, almost as if she had thrown it to somebody as tall as herself, and she actually did throw it to Chochner, so somebody about as tall as she is, which is the right decision right there. Chochner was completely alone. She managed to control that easily with two hands.
Yeah, that's the right person to throw to. If it's about the right height, Nalles taping in at 186 centimeters. Talk now, around the same, but we don't have our exact vitals. O-line back out there for Heidees. And Magdalena shoots, winds up and delivers the pull for the Seagulls. And that one gives you a show of what this swirly wind is doing. It went up and down a couple times amidst that flight. Ava Mueller, beware the huck. She just goes side to side. Wolf to Mueller and now to Gordillo. She had to work hard to keep that off the ground. Mueller. Gordillo breaks the zone with the gainer to Shack. And Shack, nice throw to go around once again. Oberlander from the corner. Finds a way back inside to Shack. Shack to Mueller. Ava Mueller's flipper over top. That one sticks into the hands of Mona Shack. And Heidees score their 9th goal of the day.
Mueller has been using her length as a thrower quite well. She's able to get over the mark very easily using her arms right there. But Mona Shack also using her smaller size, her quickness to break the mark. You see the big Seagulls mark set right there. Mona Shack just gives her mark, leaves her alone, and then Mueller just flips it over the top. Nice easy scuba for the score. Also saw her throw a very nice around backhand earlier in that point.
So we updated you earlier in the day on some of the teams that have got through the open division we mentioned, but what we haven't talked about much is the end of a very long streak as part of that qualification. That happened over in Nottingham today. We were able to watch that stream, but Clapham have won the silver medal at UKU, which means they have lost that national championship for the first time in 21 years of after 21 years of consecutive victory. Huge congratulations to Chevron. They've been the bridesmaid for a large percentage of those Clapham victories, and a massive win on Universe Point today. Make sure you go back and watch that one as well, even though I've kind of given you the score. Still a monumentous game to make sure you watch. Seagulls now. Raffenberg playing with Schluter. Nayes. She wound it up and kept it wound for a little while, but put it away. Brugner. Oh, and that one gets a piece. Raffenberg to Oliveri. Oliveri, wide one, goes past a whole lot of defensive hands and does land where she wanted with Schluter receiving. Now back to Nayes, shot for Schluter, and that was a difficult one. You could see the wind manipulating its flight path.
Wind affecting that throw. Narias put up a good throw. There was a decent amount of spin, but you can just see that the wind is bobbling it before Schluter can even get her hands on it.
From the corner. Shepa to Forsch. Inside, Leonie Muller. Shepa. She spreads the field, but a bit too far. Goes over the head of Feista. Oliveri. Nayes. And that one too low. Maybe a little hand on that one. Possible credited block. And Shepa. Huge play by Forsch. And everybody happy that she's in. I believe that was definitely the case. Gets one forward. That one shot towards the goal. Riza. And knocked away.
I would need to see a replay, but I wasn't convinced that Shepard was in. Doesn't matter, though. I think that it was in by the rule of that play looks awesome, and so it was automatically in.
It is again, it's Forsch with the layout. Oh yeah, I think that left foot was still down. But glad we could show one of the replays despite the fact that it has been turned over. Oliveri in her own corner. She spreads out the field, gets Narias. Up line, strong hands by Brugner. Peshovska to Oliveri. Up over top, Narias winds up. That's sent to the end zone. Intent for Raffenberg and knocked away by Forsch.
Got ourselves a turnover war in our hands.
Deadly war. It's like the 100-year war when you get those. And another toe drag layout to try and save possession. Lotti, as she's known, couldn't get the hand of that one, so a shorter field this time for Seagulls. Round throw by Narias, and it won't come back, so a never-in call. That's going to come in at the spot that Mona Shack is marking on the sideline with her two hands up. Heidees.
Looks like the throw fumbled off the hands of Forsch. And the turnovers keep coming.
One good turn deserves another, and another, and another, and a sister and a brother. Feister and Heidees. Can they end the turnover war? Feister. Shepard gets the gainer to Feister. Feister right back to Shepard. Ooh, a little bit of a bid on that one, but it gets through to Riese. And Forsch leads Riese again. Can it be? Is this the end of the 100-year turnover war? Shepard. Goes back to Forsch. Oh, Shepard on the doorstep. Pops one over. Feister collects it. And it is 10-4 there. Good buddy.
You know what I like about that point, Steph?
That it finished.
No in-game timeout.
No, I do like that as well. And I say that in jest that it finished, but that they got to the end after a unprecedented amount of turnovers. The fatigue obviously mounts with each new turnover. And in the end, Heidi's able to keep those legs moving and find their way in. And I do like that as well. No in-game timeout. No stop and think about this. Just keep going. Find a way to score. And big margin of difference now, 10-4. A long way back into this one for Seagulls.
Yeah, I think this is kind of a case of those rock, paper, scissors matchups. I think that Seagulls have a slower paced offense. They definitely like to give each other time when they get the disc for something to develop downfield. Heidees are not giving their offense a chance for that to happen. Heidees, on the other hand, using a similar idea of spreading the disc around, but they are much more likely to take a small pass with little gains simply to get a reset or change the angle of attack.
Shoots to Shoots. Magdalena to Lisa. And back again. And those two happy to get a couple receptions together. And again, efficient thus far. Then Magdalena floats one and gets away with it. Welzel. And I think it's given as a goal. So celebrated. And that makes it 5-10. A break for Seagulls. Still a long way away, but a bit of momentum, couple in a row. Starts to make you think, make you wonder, can we do this? Do we have it in us to get a couple more breaks like this?
That might have been a hold, actually. It certainly is a lot longer since we've seen a Seagulls hold, so definitely everything in the whole world is a nail. Everything starts looking like a hammer, right? But Welzel did a good job. That was not a good throw from Schutz. Let's see if Seagulls can get some momentum going. I think that if there's a little bit more of a breeze, that might help. Of course, Heidi's style is to move the disc quite quickly. The more passes you throw, the more risk you're multiplying by adding each additional pass, especially in wind. That can be a factor.
Marlene Mula. Into the dump space, now forwarded to Shepa. Shepa finds a bit of a seam through the middle and gets that to Ruhl before getting it back once again. Shepa to Mula. to Mula. That's Marlena to Ava. Wide around, Shepard keeps her toes and then zips it too far up the line. And that'll come back as a never-in throw once again.
Good defense from Seagulls. They actually forced that out of bounds, forced a tough throw. The wind is finally starting to play a factor in this game.
Shoots. To shoots. Tight defense by Mula. Tumbles into the legs. Narjes. Grafenberg. Gets under the arm, but doesn't come back in. That's 2 or 3 outside outs we've seen now that have intended to return to the field of play, but have not quite been able to.
Now the defense is not doing a ton to force those. The mark is sort of stepping around, making those look enticing, but with the wind, it's a little bit harder to curve them back into the field.
Avamula jacks it. Narjes on the chase, gets there just in the nick of time. It was gonna land on Hasselbeck, but not with the defensive effort, it won't.
Avamula hearing my comments saying, I can bend it back in. Unfortunately, Hasselbeck being covered by the taller Narjes.
Oliveri, Grafenberg, shoots. Goes back to Narjes. Lisa shoots. Grafenberg. Nice cut by Narjes, and it gets rewarded. Now throw to Oliveri, and a stone cold drop. I don't believe a defensive hand got to that.
Yeah, it looked like the role reversal surprised Olivieri. She wasn't ready, or maybe the wind caught a little bit of edge under that. Whatever it was, is a turn, and Heidees get their O-line back with the disc.
Feista, recipient of the first big gainer of the counter possession. Avamula to Forsch, to Shepard. Does well to body out the defender there, and same situation, but the second effort off the Narjes tip, and Hasselbeck sticks with it and cashes in the goal.
Well, I'm not going to say it, but Narjes should have had that defense. We all know why.
Yeah, she is the bigger body there. You'll see that she was indeed there, but still had to catch up, closing speed, take it. Would have been tough to catch that D, I'll say that.
On the replay, it looks harder than it did in real time, I have to say.
So 11-5, 23 potential minutes that remain.
Hasselbeck and Narjes having a little joke around, saying like, oh, yeah, sorry that you didn't get that D. I got lucky on that one.
I'll take it. You gotta be good to be lucky.
Good player's always lucky. Heidi's looking to cover that pole as hard as they have in the past. I think that is really going to slam the door shut on Seagulls' potential comeback.
Yeah, this 6 points is a tough margin. 6 away from tying, only 4 away from victory. Those numbers are unfavorable for Seagulls. Seavold goes over, shoots. So Lisa shoots. Lisa shoots, zips one, hanging and taken away by Marike Kuhn. Avamula to pick up. Merero goes deep, and Muller's not going to mess around, but Lisa shoots, gets in the way, and blocks it from making its way any closer to the intended recipient, Sofia Merero.
That was a good defense. It looked like Shaq had a slightly better read on it, but the wind pushed it up just enough for Schutz to get her fingertips on it. Slap that one to the ground.
Seagold gets again, hits the ground, clacks hooves with Merero. And Magdalena shoots with a nice play. A lot of congestion in this Seagull offense at the very moment. Makes it difficult there for Vona to get it across, but she does. And then she gets it back from Schutz. Goes for the big one. Seavolt charging, but that one right into Pia Bankvitz. Oberlander. And that lands in the hands of Eva Muller. And Muller puts the 12th goal on the board. Heidees stretch their lead to 7 and only 3 away from closing it out.
Again, good defense from Heidees. They are slowing down the handler lanes and they are closing things off. Bankvitz had a good defense right there, good fundamentals to go up strong with both hands in front of her woman to catch that disc in the lane. And barring miracles, Heidees are looking well on the way to punching that ticket to EUCF. Seagulls still have some energy left to give, I would say, though. I want to see more of that isolation offense that they've been running, if only to look at it on film again. I think that it's an interesting take.
And that one comes down and lands with Brugner to Schluster. Nayes. Schluter. Brugner. Ooh, nice hands, Oliveri. Shot deep. Raffenberg on the chase. Help came, but not enough. Raffenberg cashes in. It's 6-12. The deficit back to 6. 3 away for Heidees.
Daring throw from Olivieri, but the help defense, Carnalizer tries to come in and take the disc away. Here we see Olivieri with the disc, scanning downfield. She eventually sees what she likes to Raffenberg. And despite Rieser poaching in, there's a good body out from Raffenberg. It's a solid goal from Seagulls. And going back to that slow pace, I think that Olivieri is definitely giving her receivers a lot of time, but that also gives the defense time to look at what she's looking as well. That's where Rieser is in there and got it, and almost got that block.
Avamula inbounds that one. And now to Cook to Wolf. Koke moves it up again. Bank fits to Wolf. And watch the deep space. Eva Muller with the disc. Ava to bank fits. The easy dump was always going to be there, and it stayed there. Ava, and wow, Lisa shoots. I've seen her do that just enough times now to expect it practically. Another huge layer bid by that young lady.
I thought Mueller was just going to wave her wand, bend that disc around, but Schutz says no. She read that the whole way.
Heidees do get it back now. Ava Muller, Mona Shack is moving. It's Shack against Schutz, but the throw perfect, and Shack uses the initial separation to avoid another Schutz layout.
Shack on the attack. Running well in transition. I think that Heidees have shown that high-pace offense is really where they're going to shine. Seagulls weren't able to set their defense after the turn. What an incredible effort from Schutz, though. Looked like a casual D from Heidi's Oberländer. Mueller loves to pick up in transition, and Shack is a nice target, especially when she's that open.
So Heidi's to pull 2 away with a monstrous 7-point lead.
Yeah, looking around the women's division from the Central Division, we've got the 2 Belgian teams of Moon Cup and Love already qualified. We've got Rimini coming out as well with Tequila Boom Boom, and then it looks like it's going to be Heidi's finishing off in the regional, and of course that's adding to Shout, Yaka, and Jinx, who are already qualified.
Mons waits for the up line, but can't get the throw. Instead, the dump to Naries. That one into the hands of Schluter, and she puts it hanging and over everyone. Raffenberg there. Is there a bump between her and Shepper that caused the inability to go up? That's what they're talking about.
Looked to me like Shepper just held her position right there.
Yeah, you see her like maybe a hand touched and she got it right out of there. Like, I'm not going to be any part of this. I don't think the initial touch was anything that really affected ability to move or jump.
But there's been a travel called on the throw. I completely agree with that. I think that Schluter with the disc picked up her back foot completely when she released that.
Makes it easier to just send it back when there's already a violation discussion back there anyhow.
The double call.
Schluter to Naries. Ooh, nice quick delivery by Naries. Naries to Oliveri. Olivieri to Raffenberg. Shepper on the chase. And Raffenberg does enough. Keeps the position. 7-13. Heidees will send their O-line back out there.
Good quick release around backhands from Seagulls. All started with that Naries break to Olivieri. Olivieri able to step out and use her trunk to throw around the mark. And Raffenberg eventually gets that one in. It's a nice amount of spin to cut through the breeze that's coming across the field. Coming up with some more qualifiers through for EUCF. In the women's division, it looks like we have LMU, London Masters Ultimate, out of the UK. Women's division, and after that in Open, we've got Panthers Wrocław. I don't believe that there will be a double Panthers matchup at this EUCF. I think Panthers burn her out. And in mixed, we've got Monkey from Grenoble, Smog, and Nulacht Ultimate also qualifying for the mixed division.
It's all happening. Bankwitz to Mula to Bankwitz to Wolf. Now Shaq. Ooh. The throw was there to Gordillo, but put away. Would have been a little bit risky. Bankwitz to Gordillo. Now Bankwitz. Can that be milked in? No, it cannot. Avamula. Stretches it across. Gordillo thought she could milk that one, but then says, nope, I better just go get it. And now the throw low and the turnover to go.
Marrero looked a little deflated by the turn of events. I'm sure that Gordillo's not happy with herself either, but the way that Heidees have been playing, I think that they will be putting up a lot of stiff resistance to Seagulls' offense.
Initiation, slow to find much opening is Seagulls, and Seavolt hangs on to it. Looks like they're talking about a violation of sorts out there.
Marrero maybe fast counting, maybe there's a little bit too much contact around the disc.
Uh-oh, and that throw behind Seavolt. Super short field. Heidees. Ava Muller hangs it up almost too much, but Bankwitz finds a way to get under it, and that's 14 on the board. One away now for Heidees, sealing their fate and their trip to Poland.
Yeah, Mueller's throw getting caught up in the wind. Bankwitz with good fundamentals then, though she is pretty good at those aerial catches. She's got a smaller frame, but she usually has good position. She goes up strong with both hands. So from around the divisions, that means if Monkey qualified for the mixed division, that they bested Seski this morning, I believe.
Yep, that is what that means.
In the South mixed region. Impressive work from Monkey. Seski reigning French champions, and nobody seemed to be able to touch them last nationals, but Monkey besting them twice at this tournament, both in pool play and the final.
Yep, big stuff. Now Seski will have to go through Manchot in the next game, which I'm not sure is a game to go or a reset game as they go. Recovery game, rather. That one shoots for goal. Not quite. There's Oliveri. Oliveri goes backwards with eventuality. Schluter. Up, over, and into the hands of Brugner. Heidees will have to do it with their O-line on the field, as there will be no more chances for Heidees to break.
So can Heidees do it? They have 7 chances. to put in this point?
If I was a betting man and all I had to bet was simple yes or no, I would bet yes. They can do it.
Brugger pirouettes into the goal right there with a little flutter gut spike at the end. I think that Seagulls would have something to say. They don't want to go down without a fight.
We ain't going out like that. We ain't going out like that.
But it is going to be difficult to stop this Heidees offense.
Here comes the pull. Magdalena shoots. Chance to win the game for Heidees. With their O-line on the field. Ava Mueller receives the pull and goes to Wolf. Ava chinks and jives, finds a bit of space, but the under is rewarded by Oberlander. Wolf. Oh, pops that one up. Popcorn. And Seagulls are going to get a chance to break here.
Odd miscommunication on the reset.
Seavolt leads, and Shaq was chasing to try and have a snack. Instead, it goes up and over, and a break. That is that the first of 7? It's definitely the first of how many to be seen, but the game extended a little longer than we may have anticipated.
Seagulls with good defensive pressure. What an excellent grab. Shaq was all over Seavold right there. And Seavold floating up with a creative pass to the back of the end zone. But Schutz is able to see that, and the defense isn't able to catch up. Five more brings it even.
Ava Mueller stops that one and goes to Malena Mueller. Mueller to the other Mueller. It's Ava and Malena playing behind the disc. There's a gainer to Shepa. Now through traffic, Rule. Avamula, Shepa. That's for the goal. That's for, no, it's not yet. Hands up, but retract. Malena Mueller goes back for the easy reset. Gross Brockman now. Malena Mueller to Gross Brockman once again. Chisel cuts. Adamula. Now wide, leads Shaq, quick there to Foch. And this time, Heidees have done it. They're going to EUCF, punch those tickets to Poland. Commiserations for the Seagulls. They will have to settle for 5th place, and that does not earn them an immediate spot.
Heidees just looked like they had more energy in that game. Probably a shorter roster from Seagulls playing a part in this, despite some good play. But Heidees really just using a lot of their energy and a lot of their legs to take over the game. With some highlight plays from Shaq and the Muellers. Great game from both sides. Good luck to Heidees at EUCF. We'll see them in Poland.
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to our last match. We're still waiting on results, but stay locked on to ULTI.TV, to our YouTube channel, as you're watching right now. And we'll keep you updated soon for the men's division games to go. That's it from the women's division. Heidees take their ticket to Poland. And we're going to take ourselves a little break before that last game. For Francis Dieterle, I've been Stefan Rapazzo. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for joining. Stay locked on to ULTI.TV, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks.
Yeah, ultimate.
ULTI.TV.
You love me
there's like foyers.
And it's at a random moment.